right, day 2 officially underway. Me and my mate Adam, we both made the cut, so that was happy days. We didn't travel all that way for nothing, because it wasn't difficult to cash on, to get a min cash on day 2. It was like you only had to survive a handful of people, so it was almost like you made day 2, you were guaranteed a min cash. So yeah, a total of 10,584 people entered, and out of that, around 10% again made day 2. Here we go again. 300k starting day 2. You see, so at this point we've only just sat down, and you only needed 7. I think it changes while I'm... Yep, you only need 6 more players to bust to be guaranteed some money, so that was sound. God, what a nightmare it must have been to have bubbled. Like, to come back on day 2 only needing to survive like 6 or 7 people and you bubble, that's so sad. Look at this one time. God, I can't even believe that, like, at this point I was like, it was a dream at this point, and we actually got up here. I still can't believe it.
And can get a double. The turn, please. He's an ace! We now need a jack.
So this was so funny. This was when Hand for Hand started, and it was so funny being at a massive live event, and like obviously everybody is praying for a bust out because you want to get paid. So like first hand of Hand for Hand was Ace King versus Jacks, and I don't know which one was at risk, but it's just obviously everyone's praying for the bust out, and it's just you hear everyone screaming and shouting when we hear what we want to hear.
Survive Goliath. The ring, please. It's a 4 of clubs, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, Martin Clark has been eliminated. We move over to table 49 and we'll do it again.
So it's funny, unfortunately we've just lost this guy, and everyone's like, "Hooray!"
So White Hand is...
And then this is the next one.
So White Hand is all in and at risk. Can we see the cards, please? Is it aces? It's not, it's Ace King, it's a race, it's Ace King against 10s. White Hand needs to hit to survive.
Right, so the guy at risk has got Ace King versus 10s, so everyone's just praying for 10s to hold. No one wants to see an Ace or a King.
Can we just see the flop? 9-2 Queen, all diamonds, but nobody has a diamond. The turn, please, dealer. It's the 3 of spades. Wait a minute, dealer. If it is not an Ace or a King, it's a 6. Ladies and gentlemen. That means everybody at the first hand-for-hand situation in the room is now all in the money. Goliath, give yourself a big cheer!
Now time to spin it up, and boy oh boy did we spin it up. Fuck me. That was so fun. I really that moment for me was just that was a core memory, that, because I just remember thinking that guy Whitehan, I think he was called Whitehan, who had the Ace King. Everyone, the whole room was buzzing, but he must have been the only person there who was just absolutely fuming and just probably had his head down, walked out, went straight out of the room, and the rest of the room is just buzzing. It's such a brutal game. Oh god. So this is interesting. I don't even remember. So I mean, it's funny because people asked me how it went, how the tournament went afterwards, and I was like, I can't really remember any. I'm like I say, I've got a terrible memory, so I couldn't really recall any any hands apart from like the really big major ones. But I don't remember this. I don't remember being down to 20 bigs on day 2, and like needing another double up again, and like it's just dying a very slow death. And then here we go, asking thou shall receive. So I was praying for another double up again. And we picked up queens in early position, and I played it a little sneaky, like I should have just open jammed it maybe. Well, I mean you can do either really, I guess, but because I had sub 20, I mean it must have been like 18 big blinds or so right now. I guess a jam is just standard, isn't it? But I was just at this point, I was just like, I was praying for a double up, and I was just like, if I jam and everybody folds, I'll just be ill. I'll be so ill. So I went for the limp shove strat. And I limped in, and then this guy in middle position raised, and obviously we jammed, and he just couldn't fold at that point because it wasn't much more to call. So he calls, and then he has jacks, and then we get a clean run out, 6-3 deuce 4-4. So no sweat there. Nice little double up to keep us alive, keep us in the game. Somewhat alive now, got some chips to mess around with. I like obviously chipped up, but I couldn't tell you what happened. But I got close to a milli here, so buzzing. And then this is when it gets a bit out of hand. I just start chipping up and playing just solid poker and playing really well. I was just crushing it. And at this point it's great because when I had a stack like this, like the final table when we get to it, it became a bit of a crapshoot. Like it was just everyone had like sub 20 big blinds like towards the end, and it was just boring. It's boring when it's like that. So like when I finally, for me as a cash game grinder, I love having chips and playing deep stacked and being able to play hands. So this was great when I was just absolutely crushing this table, absolutely crushing it. Not so long after this picture, I hit a set against this guy, and it was just so standard. It was so easy. I love how I played it, to be honest. It was just gorgeous. It was an easy hand to play. Obviously when you hit massive hands, but he raised under the gun, and I had sixes on the button, and it just folded around to me, and I called. And then we go heads up to flop, and we flop a 6. I can't remember what it was, but it was a really safe flop. Like, obviously when you flop a set, it's in general a safe flop, but it was like 6-9 deuce, you know, like just, and it was rainbow. It was like 6-9 deuce rainbow. He bets the flop. I just call because we're not worried about anything with his under the gun range. And the turn is just the gin card. It's the absolute nut card. The turn's an ace, an offsuit ace. So it smashes his range, and it means that we get paid so often when he's ace king, he's ace queen, he's ace jack. Ace 10 suited like that, he's just raising pre and just c-betting the flop with, just gets there. And sometimes he has, obviously the small percentage of the time he has aces, but we just don't care because we just beat so many of his other hands right now. So turns an offsuit ace, and he bets again, which is just, at this point it's like, right, we just know he's got a huge ace. And there's no draw, there's no draws. It's rainbow again, it's an offsuit ace, it's rainbow still on the turn, and like it's unlikely he's got 7-8. I think I said it was 6-9 deuce if he has 7-8, like, so we just call again. It's just standard. And I can't remember what the SPR was, but obviously at this point I think he left himself just under a 1 SPR on the river, I think. So I called, and the river's just a break, I can't remember what it was, and he just snap jams the river. So I just snap him off I just snap him off, and straight away he just goes, "Oh, have you got a set?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." And then he turns over ace king, so super unlucky, but obviously we don't get paid if like we raise the river. If we raise the flop. So I like that. I was proud of that one. It's such a big moment as well, you know. But like I say, I was just killing. I was crushing this table. Look at my stack. I was absolutely crushing it. Just playing the right hands, playing solid, getting bluffs through. You know, getting value in nice spots. Like I just on fire. Beautiful. Look at this guy like eyeing up my stack. So just had a break, and then they chipped up, come back to 1.4 milli. Yeah, this was interesting actually. I never actually replied. I put this thing on, but I'm so bad on social media. Like everyone will know, because like I've just so many people like have messaged, and I've just never got back to people. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm terrible on social media. So I put this out and I never replied, so I just feel bad. But I'm genuinely curious about this, because obviously as someone who wants to vlog the poker for everyone back at home, all my friends and family and whatnot. I want to vlog everything. I want to video everything, but it feels so awkward when like you're in the middle of a hand and like someone else is at risk, or you know, or like you're playing, say it's a cash game and it's like a huge pot and you've just taken like hundreds and maybe like thousands of pounds off someone, and then to get your phone out and then start videoing and be like, it just feels like bad etiquette in a way. But so I was curious to see what people thought, because obviously the only way I can get the content is by videoing the hands. But it just feels like such a slap in the face when someone's at risk or someone else loses the pot. Like it's not me who loses, and I just start videoing like, "Hey, right, mate." But I never actually saw what people wrote to that. So. All right, and then this one, I do remember this one. I did forget, but seeing the cards now, I remember it. I think I was in the big blind. Yeah, I think I was in the big blind, and I think this is 3 like really short stacks at this point. And obviously you saw my stack; it's just humongous. And this was 3 relatively short stacks, and it was Ace 10 shoves. King 9 shipped it, and I don't know what else is up there. Ace, it's like Ace 5 maybe, I don't know. And then I've got Ace Queen suited in the big blind, like, and I've just got such a huge stack. Like it's unfortunate it's not a bounty event, but yeah, I just call and we get a nice flop of 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's pocket 10s up there, so it's Ace 10, King 9, and pocket 10s. So we're not in terrible shape, like, you know. All our queens are live, all our diamonds are live, and all our aces are live. So like we're not even in that bad of shape really, considering it's 4 ways. Yeah, and it comes 7, 8 jack with 2 diamonds, so we don't even hate this flop. So you know, we've got so many outs, got back doors, and then 8, and then. Boom! We just binked the diamond on the river. So we just, yeah.
Easy game.
Again. I just knocked 3 people out. Just like that. Boom, boom, boom.
Side part. He covers everyone. I've covered.
Did you hear that at the end? Like, I think the dealer was trying to work out a side pot, and I was like, can't see this stack. Hello? So obviously I covered everybody and just knocked them all out. And then yeah, at this point I feel like it was close. That I was thinking like, God, I could be chip leader in the whole tournament now, and this is where like life was starting to get a bit surreal. All right, so now I've actually moved tables. So I've moved tables. I'm on this other table. They've chipped up again. There might have been another breaker at this point. Because I don't think I've got all them yellows. And then this was just another dream spot. I can't remember what happened, but someone jammed. Someone down here jammed. And then I just called again, because obviously I want someone else to come in behind. I just called, and then this guy reships 10s over the top. And obviously I've got kings, so I just snap it off, and then I think someone else was in the hand. Just flop a bow. Sorry, I think this guy under the gun or early position must have. Oh no, there he is. He's all in. Yeah, so he goes all in. I just call. This guy reships it, and then So yeah, and then we just holed. Well, we didn't even hold. We just flopped the boat, so they're just both dead. And then now we got 4.6 million at 20 past 7 on day 2. So, and I was chip leader, I think, because I think this is where I get a picture taken. Yeah, so now it turns out I'm the chip leader, and I just had a picture taken. The guy came over, and I was so hoping I'd get a picture. I've always wanted my picture taken as a chip leader of a huge tournament. So when he came over and asked for the picture, I was absolutely buzzing. And then we got the chips. The denomination just kept getting bigger and bigger. We got a 1/4 mil chip now, and they were oversized chips. Them ones, so they were beautiful oversized chips. And then, is this me? I just took another victim, so it must have been me. I don't remember this one though, so I'm assuming I'm assuming I have the 6s, because it's looking like he doesn't hit. Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, but took another person out, and there we go. We got on the main Twitter page. Grosvenor Poker, top 3 stacks in the room. Charlton Seremo, 5.3 million chips. Boom. Oh, and then this was finally, yeah, this day I was running so good as well. I just couldn't lose a hand. I was running better on day, by the looks of it, I was running better on day 2 than day 1. Because I lost a few hands on day 1. But day 2, I could not lose. And I was on a heater, and I was feeling so good. I was feeling like I was going to take it down. I was so confident. And then this one and then I got this in 7s versus ace-9. I was like, oh. I was just like, you just give me the chips now. And then he flopped a 9, I think. And then that's when it's like, oh, okay, right, you get brought back down to reality a little bit now. And then I got it in good with ace-queen versus ace-7. And lost again, and at this point he flops a 7, and now at this point I was starting to get, because it doesn't take a lot for me to like lose my head, it really doesn't. So at this point I was like, please don't let this be like just the end of it. So yeah, I need to chill, and it's just like, because I got them in good as well, I was like, oh my god, like I'm running so good. Oh, and I started doing a bit of vlogging now, so I'll let that play through.
Oh my god. What is going on? What is going on? Oh. Do you know, I actually wanted to vlog this, like do a proper vlog, like a YouTube thing. Do you remember when I used to talk to the camera all the time when I was in America? I used to do this all the time when I was in America. I want to get back into it, and I was going to do a vlog, like this was going to be my first one, like playing the Goliath. But my life is such a bloody mess right now. I was in such a rush on the way down here, like I didn't bring any of my equipment or anything, but you know, I'm technically homeless right now. I'm technically homeless.
Right, when I said this, right, it's just because of the grandeur of the event, right, and the fact that, you know, I'm playing for such huge amounts of money. I could have, when I said I'm technically homeless, right, I could have gone home. I could have gone to like my mum's or my dad's or my grandma's, but technically I didn't have a place of my own right now, because my apartment that I moved out of just before we went down for this. So, and then the final day 3 of this tournament was on the 4th of September. I remember because it was my brother's birthday. And then I didn't move into my new apartment till the 7th of September. So the whole entire time that I was down in Coventry playing this tournament, I didn't have my own place. Because I just moved out of my old one. I didn't move into my new one for another 3 days after this finished. So it was just, the whole thing was just so crazy how like I was technically homeless, didn't have a place of my own, and I was just messing around in Coventry playing this stupid tournament for 200 grand. I didn't even have a place to live,
because I'm moving into a new apartment on the 7th of September in Manchester, and the place where I'm currently living, the contract ran out, or the agreement ran out on the 1st of September. So I'm technically homeless right now, and I'm in Coventry, chip leading a poker tournament that's got almost $250,000 for first place. $250,000? £250,000 for first place. Yeah, so I don't know, I might just put like all this video photo content together, or I don't know, my head is fried right now. That was not a good level for me though. That was not a good level at all. I lost a few chips. I lost like probably just over $1 million. But I'm still in good shape. I need to just chill out because I've still got a lot of chips. I'm still absolutely chilling. But you know, it's a weird feeling. I've just lost a bunch of chips, so it's like feel a little bit deflated. But I need to just get back on the horse and yeah, keep going. So just getting some fresh air, taking a stroll, and hopefully we'll get back to it. There's 120 people left, and this is going to go on till there's 40 people left, I believe. So we've still got 8 people to get knocked out, so there's still a long way to go. Oh, let's get it.
Yeah, it's a shame I didn't properly do a vlog and actually have like my proper camera to record all that, because it was kind of skipping, and you could see it was kind of skipping because it's on an Instagram story. But oh well. So this was a bit. So this right, I didn't book any accommodation because I didn't want to. It was pointless booking accommodation for day 3. If we don't make day 3, right, it's just a waste of a night of accommodation. So I completely forgot, and then it wasn't until 9:40 at night I booked it for the next day for the Hilton. But if you look at the dates though, 17th of September, 18th of September, you'll realise what's about to happen a bit later on. And if you remember the dates I was just talking about.
No, I didn't bust. Yeah.
And then, yeah, we lose another apparently. I get it in really, well, I guess it's a flip again, but we get it in good again. 7's again letting me down. Versus 9-10, just a 10 in the window. Like, I was really, like, just starting to lose my head. And, yes, I'm grateful that no one had like a huge chip stack, really. And then here, I don't think I'm involved in this one, but it was aces, kings, and jacks. So, you know, when things like that happen, it's always a bit like, whoa, no way, aces, kings, jacks. How's that happened? After 24 hours of poker.
You've sort of covered his.
And aces just holds, flops a set just to be on the safe side. Right, and again, look, this is madness. I can't believe this. It's just crazy. I've got 15 bigs at this point, and it's you know, nearly 12 o'clock midnight. So I mean, it must be finishing soon. So there must be about like 50 or 60 people or so left at this point. But I mean, we've got 15 bigs, so again, it's the same situation. We don't want to come back to sub 20 big blinds on day 3, do we really? So it's like, come on, we need to get a double here, and I don't know how much I've got, but I think I can't be asked counting it. 67 players left, yeah, and we've got sub 20 big blinds.
All in.
And then this was it again. This was another huge moment. So it's king queen versus pocket fours. I think he raised and I was on the button and I just shipped it because I'm just like, I have no fear. I'm just like, I know I need to get it in at some point. So king queen is going in. This guy's raised. Fuck it, it's going in. And the flop is ace, deuce, jack, no hearts, unfortunately. No hearts. So, oh god, it's not the flop you want to see, really. You just want to see a king or a queen in the window, and that's just it. Like, it's just over. No sweat. King or queen, boom. And this was just a huge sweat. I remember my heart was in my mouth here. Ace, jack, deuce. We need a 10, a queen, or a king. Boom! And then there it is, on the turn, the nuts. Even if he hits a 4 on the river, It's just GG, you know. That's the best card we could have hit, obviously, because like I say, if he hits a 4 on the river, it's just inconsequential. So, boom, hit the nuts on the turn. Let's fucking go. I remember someone messaged me being like, I was just screaming for that 10 on. So, shout out to James. So now we've got 8.7 mil. Is this me? I mean, I'm assuming it's me because I'm videoing. But I mean, it must be. I don't remember what happened there, but obviously we get it in good with ace 4, and I'm assuming we hold. No idea what happened. Another KO. So yeah, he must have shipped it like for a really short stack, and I had an ace in the big blind, so it was just a simple call, really. Yeah, so 9 million, but I think we're gonna have to find a few more chips. Still got 45 minutes left. I'm losing half a mil every big blind. So yeah, the blinds at this point must be 250, 500k obviously, and we've got 9 mil, so we've got 18 big blinds. So again, we've got sub 20 big blinds. I hate card tournaments, are so stressful, man. Like, I've got 9 million chips. Like, you started the whole entire tournament with 25,000 chips, and now I've got 9 million, and it's a small stack. Like, for people who don't understand poker, will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I remember people were messaging me like, you've got 9 million. Like, dude, walk away, like, cash out. And like, people are like, is that really like cash value? Like, no, like, it doesn't work like that. This is a tournament. The amount of times I have to tell this, like, my family, the difference between a tournament and cash, which is what I do every day, all day, every day. And then, wait, what? Wait, that can't be right. Oh, I've just got an hour unaccounted for here. That's half. I'm so glad I've time-stamped everything. So that's 12:30 a.m. and then the next picture is just 1:30 bagging up. Fuck me. So I must have lost 5 million right at the end. And that's not a big stack, because the blinds were 250, 500k. So I've got 10 bigs there. I don't think I realised just how bad that was at the time, because I got through to the third day and it was like millions of chips. But it's only 10 bigs, bloody hell. Anyway, cracking on. I think the next... Yeah, right, so going back to that picture before where I screenshotted, I booked the hotel on that night. And do you remember me saying that the day 3 was the 4th of September?
Anyway, I've gone and booked the hotel for 2 weeks in advance. 2 weeks today. So I didn't actually have a hotel room. So luckily, some lovely, lovely ladies who play regularly in Manchester have let me stay in their room. So
we're all bed sharing.
It's going to be nice and cozy tonight. Oh, anyway, I need to get some sleep.
Yeah, so long story short, as you probably caught the gist, I booked the hotel for 2 weeks' time. So when I turned up at 2:30 in the morning, and the guy said, look, you've booked it the wrong date. Luckily, as I was sort of not arguing, but when I was going over it with the reception staff, two regulars from the casino in Manchester walked in and were just going to bed. And they were like, oh, Charlie, what's going on? and they took me under their wing, and they were absolutely unbelievable. It was an absolute godsend, because otherwise I genuinely don't know what I would have done. And the next day I'm supposed to be playing the last 40 people for £200,000. And I could have been sleeping in, literally, I don't know where I would have slept. I probably would have just tried and snuck in the bar or something, snuck in somewhere and just slept on the floor somewhere. Yeah, so they said I could sleep in their room, which was amazing, and they completely looked after me. Like when I woke up, they got me breakfast in bed, like had a lovely shower, like, and I was just super fresh for the next day. So it's probably had a really, really big effect, as opposed to if I was sleeping on the floor and not having a shower and stuff. So yeah, that was. You could literally put a bet on me to win this event. It was such a good feeling.